Hi everyone, and welcome to Music Moments Piano for our second lesson. So today we're going to be learning how to join notes or play them legato, a little bit like legs, walking, L-E-G-A-T-O, legato. So we'll do a small recap of what we did in the first lesson and then move on to our new lesson. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment, and we'll get going. So the piano, the length of the key, how we play it, moving from our forearm, how we sat. And so I left you with hot cross buns and just playing notes separately with fingers. One hand, the other hand, and you might have tried putting those together. All right, so today we're going to look at how we're going to join the fingers together. So the type of playing that we've been doing so far is called detached playing because the notes are not joined. Okay, so if we're playing hot cross buns, you can hear a gap, whereas today we're going to look at joining it together. Okay, so let's swap to the overhead camera and then I'll be able to explain that to you a little bit better. Okay. All right, so here we are. You're very well practiced in your detached notes now. So let's see what happens when we want to join the notes. So with your detached playing, you've been practicing balancing, okay? And what I do when I'm balancing is that I move my thumb just a little bit, softly underneath my hand. It's just sitting there, okay? If you've done your little spider turn, there's your natural hand position. You can see your thumb's not sticking out like this. Your natural hand position relaxed is like that. And when we turn it over, the thumb is there, but what we want to do is just keep it there, sometimes very relaxed. I tend to just move it in, just with the end of the finger there. So when we're playing piano, the top knuckles here bend your fingers, but they can still remain straight. Okay, if we move the second knuckle here, that brings your hand in. So a combination here, that's going, and then it's going in. And then the end knuckle here on your finger is for just really, really fine movements. So, and then that will curl right in there. So if I just do that, see, that will just bend. But now if I just see, I can bring them in a little bit more and they can do like little scratches. So sometimes we might want to do that. But we do want to move the whole hand as a whole. See, it looks a bit like an octopus, don't they? They kind of look like this or going on like that. So let's just have a little look at how the thumb works. So our thumb also has a large knuckle here, and that can move our thumb up and down. It can also move our thumb in and out of our hand like that. So, but when you move your thumb in and out like that and it's very straight, it can create a little bit of tension. So we can use the second knuckle here to just bend it a little bit. And even we can bend it like that and still move it up and down, okay? A little bit more comfortable to go in and out. And also with the large knuckle here, with a little bend as well, we can make circles here. So that's going to be very important a little bit later on. So there's some movements of the thumb that you can try and do. We're balancing on the finger. Now this time It's nice and centered. It's not over to one side or the other side, nicely centered. There's two ways you can do this. You can rotate here and then recenter. Rotate and recenter, rotate and recenter. If I've landed on this one, I can rotate the opposite way and go down. And then here's the thumb. And the thumb stands sort of a little bit like a 45-degree angle. I'll show you that again when we swap back to the other camera. So be careful that you don't over rotate when you know, because then you've got your balance is off. So you just want to, there, and you can always do a little lift and just check that you haven't over rotated. Now the other way that you can do it is you can land on one finger. You can then go forwards and lift your wrist and then drop back. This is very good for building the end strength of your finger and also making sure that your wrist is relaxed. So I'm going to swap back to the side view, okay, so you can actually see that in action. And of course we'll be doing it with the other hand as well, okay. And you're just lifting the finger. You could be rotating a little bit, but as you can see, when I'm rotating and even when I'm lifting here, what I'm doing is I'm lifting the end of my finger. So let's just swap back to see that. Okay, so let me show you that rotation. So I'm lifting, land, and then I'm rotating. Can you see? My hand's actually not changing. Okay, just all relaxed. I haven't got fingers sticking out or doing anything. If you see that, that means there's tension in your hand. So you just want to, here we go, play, or you can lift and play, and then rotate a little bit from your elbow, there. And as I'm doing that, can you see here, I've lifted my finger just a little bit, which the rotation will do for you. Okay, same with your left hand. I'll do it up here so you can see a little bit better. See? Okay, and I'm lifting just the end of my finger, just ever so tiny. Okay, you don't actually have to do much, really. And then in the end, what you're listening for is no gaps. You hold on to the note, and then just as the other one strikes, you let the first one go. Okay, so let's have a look at that with the up-down movement as well. So up, going forwards a little bit, fall. Okay, if you want to really check that you're relaxed, you can go all the way there. Okay, but you don't want to stay down there. This is just a nice little exercise, and you can feel that little bit of grip on your the end of your fingertip. But in reality, you want to stay here just for now. Okay, so this way you're using gravity to fall into the key. Be careful that you're not pushing, because then you've got a blocked wrist here. You could even try it just to know the difference. You also don't want to be careful that you're not pushing. There are times in repertoire where sometimes we have to push a little bit, but that's not for now. Okay, so we just want to fall into the key. Fingers are resistant enough to catch. If they're too floppy, they'll just go that way. We've got a nice ringing sound. Lift up, fall, Okay, so I do both ways with my students, because then this is building a little bit of strength as well. And as you can see, I'm just lifting. If I don't lift, then the finger stays on the key. Did you hear that? See? And you don't get that attack on the note. So if you don't lift above the key, you can hear it's a little bit softer. Here it is, lifting. See, I can get a better sound, a nice ringing sound, a little bit clearer. And also you need to lift your fingers just that tiny little bit for when you're moving. So at the moment we're just staying in one place, but you could, you can try rotating to different, okay, same with your left hand. Very good for building a little bit of strength. Oopsie daisy. This is if I was doing it lifting. So we could do that. All right, let's see if we can play hot cross buns then. So here it is from the side. I like for beginners just to, I think, don't play in the middle here because it's contracting muscles here. So I would play, you've got your nose more or less aligned with D in the middle of the keyboard, and then play at the next position up and the next position lower, because then your body is open and there's no stress in it. So with one hand, let's start, we can start with finger 3 on E. So drop in, lift a little bit, drop, there you go, and then going back. So I'm holding on to each note, going very slowly. Okay, now you'll notice I didn't join the C to D. You might not be able to do that, but if you can, and the same going to E, which I did. So if you can join, that's what you want to work. So you're joining the last of those little notes to the next one. Okay, and just say it as you're going. You don't need to be looking at any music or anything like that. Hot cross buns. Here's my beat. There's an extra one here where I'm just hanging on. Little faster notes. Okay, so in the fast little bit, I've got 2 notes to my beat there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And here I'm holding on for 2 whole beats. Boing. There's the extra one. All right, so you might, so you can do that in the 4 different positions. We can start on B. You might want to try using 4, 3, 2. Let's try that. 4, 3, 2. Okay, and then from A, using rotation, you can use either. Okay. And on the black notes, I would just use 4, 3, 2 because they're slightly thinner and they're a bit hard. If you think you can use 3, 2, 1, do that. Okay. Left hand, you would do 1, 2, 3, or you would start with finger 2 on the highest of the 3 black notes. Okay. I'll just show you that on the overhead, and then I think that will be enough. So you just want to make sure when you're going from one note to the next that you're nicely secure and balanced and you feel all the weight over that finger, and that you're not a little bit cockeyed or anything like that. So let's just finally just swap to the overhead camera just so that you can see that in action. Okay, so here's our hot cross buns. I'll play it hands together. So here it is on the black notes. Oh, sorry. Land. And I'm just doing the land and lift for now. So you can see my fingers and my hands are beautifully aligned in a straight line with the keys. If you can, lift, lift, and don't worry about speed or anything at the moment, you just want to do it. Here it is using 3 and then the opposite finger here, or you might want to do 3, 4, 5 with the left hand. So here I'm using different fingers. Okay, obviously starting with finger 3. You can see a slight rotation there. Here I am. Eventually the rotation will go away. This is what it looks like when it's a little bit faster. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping my thumbs just very softly there. So if there's a tendency, if you put them out here, that it creates tension on the outside here. And you don't want that. And then you can see what's happening is if these are out too much, see what's happening? These fingers are sticking out to compensate. So we don't want that. You want them all nice and relaxed. Okay? Okay, so I'll just finish off with hot cross buns here. Now, you might want to try finger 5 and 1 together. Okay. The easiest one for you to do is 4, 3, 2, because that's nice and centered in your hand. But you might only want to do one hand at a time. But as long as you've got 3 fingers and you're using that lift and land technique that I showed you, you shouldn't, and a nice soft hand, see it's nice and squishy, just really relax, little spider, there he is. Okay, all right, just let me quickly show you what it looks like when your hand is transferring the weight from one finger to the other. I might just see if I can bring the camera a little closer. Okay, so here I am. Now, as I lift and go to the next finger, my thumb goes in and you can see now I'm balanced. If I don't and just do this, can you see what happens? So now the balance is still here and this finger is off, okay? Whereas there it's nice and straight. I lift and go to the next one and you can see here now it's balanced. I might come in a little bit so my hand's a bit better for you. So here, rotate, rotate. See, I can see there. See how my hand is moving with my finger. There. You don't want to be doing this. Okay? Because that can affect your sound. It's also very tense for your hand. with the up and down, lift. Now I'm balanced. You can see my hand moving, and I end up with the same result. My finger 2 is actually now on the crack there, if that's where it's aligned. Look at the left hand. I might do that here for you as well. Especially there, you can see that how the finger 2 moved over. Here it is with rotation. You don't want to over rotate, just so you're balanced. That's it, and you can always find your balance again. All right, so there we go. Okay, so I hope you've really enjoyed that, and if you're having a bit of trouble, just stick within you know, a couple of fingers. You don't have to be playing separate hands together, sorry, or anything like that. Just watch that you're balanced, keep it very slow, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if there's anything specific that you'd like to know, put that in the comments. Constructive feedback is really welcome, and I will see you next time. Oh yes, one little thing I forgot was there is a free course on my website, musicmoments.com, that shows you all about the piano and inside the piano, how to buy a piano, what to look for, those kinds of things, a little introduction to the keyboard. But there are also other courses on there for skills that you might need, and I'm slowly building them up. So they do take a lot of time to do, but I hope you've enjoyed this, and see you next time then. Bye.